And from a usability perspective, that's, so just kind of going from some of the business benefits down to the technical benefits and then taking this back up to the usability a little bit. Um, Having the visibility inside of SAP to content, but also externally to from to other line of business applications, or even just directly through the appliance portal, means that you can once again kind of start reducing the need to use SAP. Doesn't mean you have to. We do have customers who they have a leading application policy, meaning all user interaction with SAP content has to go through SAP. Totally fine as well. You'll still benefit from the cost reduction as well as the performance reductions. So this is just for those customers that want to provide access to other line of business applications through APIs, or just direct access to solve other use cases, such as out at shipping locations or distribution centers, etc. And what it means when we're talking about automating tasks is we can, obviously configure to use any of the standard ingestion channels. So whether or not you're using Kofax or Effisoft or whatever kind of methods that you're using for ingestion, even if it's some of the direct integrations from bank boxes, etc. What we can do is integrate so that that content comes directly into the SAP archiving appliance first, and then it will create the SAP transaction in SAP, but it never will move the content. So that way, what we're doing is essentially keeping the repository clean from the moment we implement the system moving forward. So instead of moving content into SAP and then moving it back out, what we're doing is changing the process to intercept that content. So if it's invoices, or if it's things like scanned documents, goods receipt, things like that, what we can do is intercept directly, but then go update the SAP transaction to tell SAP that content has been received. So a lot of different use cases that I could discuss here, but again, I'm going to try to keep this slightly brief. And then what I thought I'd show you just real quickly, as you know, and this is taking a look at an ECC screen, is the standard way of creating an attachment. You pull it off of a drive, or it came through an ingestion channel, right? Like Kofax, Tungsten, etc. And then you look at the attachment list, and then the document is here. Well, what that is doing is that's the standard out of the box SAP configuration, but it's using general object service, and it's actually taking that document, breaking it apart, and storing it into clustered tables. It's a terribly inefficient way to do it. And moving into the HANA environment, you definitely do not want to do this because it takes up space, and it also is going to cost a significant amount of money to move that content in. So for those of you who haven't started your journey to HANA, this is a great time to again, we're happy to do that analysis for work with you in a non-billable capacity, run the reports quickly, and show you what we can likely save you to prevent you from having to take all of the licensing costs in your new environment.